wanted to kind of just, I've done some posts about consultations this week, so I kind of wanted to just go on and refresh what you can expect about consultations. So I think some people really undervalue the consultation process. Consultations are essential because not only do they tell me what it is that you want to try and fix. So somebody might come and say, right, I want Botox, but actually when they come and see me and we talk about it, Botox isn't the treatment that would fix the problem that they want fixed. So when you come to a consultation, obviously the very first thing that I want to do is I want to establish what it is that you're worried about. What it is that when you look at photos of yourself or you're looking in the mirror, that is the thing that you think, oh God, I wish I could change this, or I wish I could get rid of it, or I wish I could. That's the very first thing that I want to establish with you. And then obviously we can look at treatment plans and treatment options, because quite often there's more than one treatment that could potentially fix your problem. It might be that I don't offer some of them, and if I feel that I can't help with the concern that you have, I will be honest and I will tell you, look, I can't fix this for you, this could potentially help. It's very rare I'd recommend anybody unless I've actually had treatment or been to them myself, because otherwise I can't guarantee what it is, but I will tell you treatments that may help. Then what we need to do is we need to establish if them treatments are suitable for you. So obviously to do that we need to take a medical history. What medications are you taking? What health problems do you have? Because I mean, again, there's very few reasons that we couldn't treat, but there is things medically that would stop us from being able to do certain treatments. And again, that's important, because if you go on to treat when it's either not necessary or if there's a contraindication, you could end up with complications. So again, I have turned people away and said, look, unfortunately at this time this treatment isn't suitable for you. And without a doubt there is somebody out there that would do it for you, because actually they're just after your money. And that's, I mean, obviously I run a business because I want to make some money from it, but ultimately I want to help you in the best way possible. So if I feel like I can't help you, or you are contraindicated for something, I won't treat you. I might be able to recommend other options. And people really undervalue skincare, because so for example, if we treat you with Botox, you've got some wrinkles here or some crow's feet, we treat them. We sort of stop the muscle movement temporarily, and it will temporarily get better. However, if you've got really poor skin condition, you'll still have fine lines, because it only stops the muscle movement. So if we improve the overall skin condition, and the best way to do that is skincare, and obviously you can use skin rejuvenation with skin peels. But if we improve that, then ultimately your other injectable treatments will last longer and you will get better results. But I mean, there's no skincare that is ever gonna stop your muscles from moving. But if, for example, you couldn't have anti-wrinkle treatment, Botox, it might be that if we improve your overall skin health, that your improvement in your skin will give you the confidence and make you feel better. And obviously if medical changes, we can always look at it at a later date. And then one of the other most important things that I do in consultation is I go through the risks with you and what could happen, because at the end of the day these are medical treatments, and most of the time we're using them because we want to improve the look of ourselves. And it does improve confidence, no end, but it isn't always for medical reasons. So you need to be aware of the risks. And again, there is people out there that don't talk about the risks to you, and I know that because I know that some of my customers have come and they've had treatment elsewhere before they've been to me, and then when I've gone through the risks, they've gone, oh, I didn't know that. And I'm like, right, okay, how can you make an informed decision if you don't know what the risks are? Because some of them are quite serious, and they might be rare, but they are serious side effects that can happen. So it's important that you know about them. And there is some treatments that after we've done all that process and you're happy to go ahead, we can do on the same day as the clinic. But then there are treatments that need, so for the likes of Botox, as a nurse prescriber, I'm unable to hold that as stock in my clinic. So once you've had your consultation, it's always worth going home and having a cooling off period anyway, thinking about it, and then we can book you in at a later date to come back because you've thought about it, you've thought about all the risks, you've thought about complications, you still think, actually, do you know what, this is definitely what I want, and come back and we do it. But for Botox, can't hold that in the clinic anyway, so for Botox I do have to order that in, and depending on what day of the week it is, it can take anywhere for 2 or 3 days for it to come in, and depending on what time of day you order it. So for example, if I ordered it on a Monday morning, it would come on Tuesday. But if I ordered it on a Friday, the chances are it'll not come until Monday. So it can take a couple of days to come in, but that also gives you a couple of days to think about whether it's definitely something that you want to go ahead with. Again, many people go against the regulations and hold stock of Botox. Now, how they do that, I'm not sure, because it's prescription only. So when I do Botox for you, I prescribe it for you and I use it only for you. So I don't know whether they order excess amount per person, so that they have it in the fridge and they're using it that's been prescribed for other people for you, or whether it's watered down, because I have heard that happens in some cases, and obviously if it's watered down it won't last as long anyway, you'll not get the longevity and the effectiveness out of it. So I'm not sure, but obviously there's only doctors and dentists that are legally, and it is legal, it's not just one of these recommendations, that are legally able to hold stock and prescribe from their own stock. With nurses and other healthcare professionals who may be injectors are not allowed to do that, and we can only prescribe for you. So that's just one for you to be aware of as well. The other thing that I often do is I often tell you about where I get my products from. And again, that's an important factor, because if you're not getting them from an aesthetics pharmacy, often they could be coming off the black market. You don't know whether, so like for instance with Botox, it needs to be kept cold, it's got to be refrigerated. So I know when I order it from my pharmacy, it comes still in the cold chain, so that it's still the right temperature, and I put it into the fridge ready for you. If you buy from somewhere that isn't regulated, it might be that you're getting Botox, but who knows where it's been. Has it always been in the cold chain? Again, if it hasn't, it won't be effective and it won't work. So it's important that you know where these products have come from. This is your face. I don't know why people sometimes would compromise on things that they are putting in their face. To me, that just sounds ridiculous. I would want to make sure that anything that is going onto my face, this is the first thing that people see about you. And obviously if you're having these treatments, it's because you want to improve the look of yourself. So potentially by going to somebody who's not a medical professional, he's using unregulated products, because it does happen, doesn't know the risks and complications. If they haven't told you, the chances are they don't know them themselves. You are putting yourself at risk. So all of this is what you can expect for consultation. Consultations generally last, I usually allow 30 minutes, but they can be sort of 20 minutes depending on what we're talking about, and how we go. And then, like I say, some things can be done there and then in clinic. Other things we'll book you back in, and you can have time to think about it. Hi kid, how's your Sunday going? But it is really important. Like I say, this is your face. People undervalue the consultation process, and it's really not to be undervalued. It is as important as the injection process, to be honest. You need to know what it is that you're getting, why you're having it, where it's come from, and the risks and complications. Because obviously I need to know how to fix them for you if they care, which is what I can do. So that's what you can expect from a consultation from me. So don't ever think when I say come for consultation, because I do that sometimes puts people off, and I never understand why it puts people off. Come and chat about the procedure that you want, or come and chat about what your concerns are, and we can come up with a treatment plan together that you're happy with. And hi David. So yeah, that's what you can expect from me, really. So if you do want to come and discuss more about treatments that you've heard of, that you think you would like, or you know you have got a concern and you want to come and chat about it so that you can see if there is treatments available that can help, you want to come and come and book in an appointment, and we can go through that process together. So that's it from me on this Sunday morning. It was a bit of an impromptu Facebook Live. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you soon.